Alrighty, so headed to go see a client. I've got one in person today. I've got one Zoom later, training client. And the way Zoom works, somebody's like, you train dogs on Zoom. What do you do? Like command them through the computer? No. Training really comes down to training the owners. There's an energy to it. There's techniques. There's just an understanding and awareness and implementation that goes far beyond what I can do to influence a dog in the one session, or they're staying with me for a period of time, which I do, or I've done more in the past, but it still comes down to the dogs knowing that the owner has a different type of set of rules or relationship, communication style, consistent communication style, that the trainer and the owners are kind of in sync. Otherwise, the dogs will listen when I'm there, or I have to move in with the owner, jokingly. So the Zoom training works great. What I do is I can watch them through the different training scenarios on camera, and then I'll just show them with my dogs, and I can demonstrate the technique and explain it, and they get a very good picture of what to do, and then I coach them. The only limitation is if you have one person, it can be tricky when we're doing walking exercises, because it's hard to handle the dog when walking with two hands and holding the camera, unless you have like a head thing. But what we do is, and if we don't have the good cell service to be able to do like a Zoom or FaceTime. So what we do is just have two people, and they share a set of AirPods. I'm sure there's a way you could splice two AirPods a piece. I just am not that, but that's what we do. And one person's the camera operator, the other person's the handler, and we take turns. If it is one person and we're doing outside stuff, we'll just have to put their phone on a tripod, or mount it, brace it so it points at them, and I can talk to them while I've done recall drills. They're 50 feet away from the camera, and I can communicate with them and watch them. And it's great. I've done this for so long, watching people, what they say, what they do, the dogs, the humans, subtle body language, whatever it is, what they're seeing and reacting to and interpreting. That carries through technology. I can do that very easily. Like a therapist can do their job through a camera. And again, the handling end of it, I just demonstrate and I explain it, and they see it, and then I walk them through it. It's very easy. Anyway, I have one of those tonight too, and I do a lot of them. And next year, that's pretty much how I'm going to meet people for training. If anyone wants to work with me, and then I'm going to do workshops or kind of small, more intensive one-on-ones when I'm in between semesters. Anyone know I'm in vet school? I started May, and I'm going to be out of the country starting next January, more or less for about 2.5 years. And I'm just kind of setting up now more ways that I can be able to help people and their dogs, and of course pay my way through vet school. 50 years old, right? So people who go to vet school usually don't have white in their beard. And I want to make sure that I'm not going to end up in my mid-late 50s with a bunch of high interest loans. More or less debt free. I have a few taxes I got to pay off for this year, but short of that, I worked really hard. I'm not in the black a whole lot, but I do own some property, and I have some assets and things that I might be selling some of them to pay for vet school. But anyway, don't go on a side chain here. The reality is I've used that word a lot because I'm learning a lot about organic chemistry. I'm aware of it. I'm not oblivious to how I speak. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to try to do, and I'm going to do online programs. I won't even get into, who cares, bad energy, but I got disappointing another experience trying to work with a marketing company who I thought was a caring individual who would hear out what I'm trying to do and say, okay, we got a plan. Instead, they put me on with Mr. Used Car Salesman. There's a lot of people that aren't lifers in this, and they're basically making money off the backs of dog trainers who have so much. It's like in Hollywood, there's the agents and the managers who make money off the passionate, creative artists, music, same thing as dog training. So I saw that, and the guy didn't like it anyway. But I need someone. This again, I do call to arms almost daily now. Anyone who can help me. I'm not asking for free. I'm asking for you to work with me so that you can put the same passion in, and maybe we can make money together. Or if you charge a fee, you're not making me just another number. I don't treat my clients like a number, and I don't put the effort in things are a number. I don't scale up my business to make $1 million, and these companies have that mindset. And that just, personally, it works for some people, not for me. So anyway, someone in that realm. So anyway, I'm going to go see the client. It's like a corgi mix. He's a cute dog, and he's the owner's doing a great job. Again, it's not the owner's appeasing me. It's just the owner's doing the work, shifting their mindset, being consistent, making the changes, stop with the emotions, and take care of business. That's what these dogs need. When they see me, they got usually severe issues, and we fix them if we address it. That's why I don't back off and accommodate emotions. I'm like, it's never helped our work. What do you want me to tell you, that I feel bad that you can't let your dog on the bed? No. I feel bad that your dog has to live with someone that's going to have these questions and not see the you know, between the lines that your dog's got severe separation anxiety, your dog's overprotecting you like you're a resource that just divvies out food and attention instead of earning it, and not over anticipating and over vigilance in the shared house you live in. So no, your dog can sleep in their bed or in a crate comfortably. And yes, they won't like it at first, but they will get used to it. And it's one of 101 different things you have to do to make your dog see that you are what you want to call a pack leader, but not as basic and simplistic as a lot of trainers or the dog whisperer, just go through a door first or physically be more dominant. That's not it at all. It's giving them direction. Again, I have many videos on that. So anyway, doing a good job. They're good clients. It's a pleasure to work with them. We get experience. Any issues that we have, we can work through them because the owner's receptive. I don't feel like, a lot of times I feel like I'm convincing people. Like, that's also what's exhausted me and why I'm excited to become a veterinarian, because I don't have to I just say, look, this is the problem. If you want a second opinion, fine, but I'm not going to try to get you to see the way an animal's interpreting it, because your mind's eye as a human is convincing you that something else is going on despite the problems that lay before you. With a dog, it's like, well, there's a boo-boo, I'll fix it. Here's a disease, I'll medicate it. I want to do more holistic stuff too, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, someone commented, I think jokingly, another trainer, about I'm going to start recommending science diet. Bite your tongue. I would never. I'm not one of those people. I never will sell out. It's not about the money. I'm doing this at 50 years old, out of my pocket. It's not about the fucking money. Have I not shown people that already? Jesus, just about making a living and not struggling, because I've struggled and I don't want that. I just want to live and help dogs without the extra stuff getting in the way of that. I'm a single man. I devoted my entire life to this. All I want. It's like, fuck relationships. My daughter's grown. I don't need friends. I got a brother who I love and a couple friends here and there, but this, devoted, fill the one more person that can take the time and sacrifice. Not sacrifice, this is so fun, so exciting. It's just difficult, but it's not sacrifice. Great, I'm excited. But yeah, someone like that who, you know, not that I'm pious, I'm just living, it's what I'm doing. But I just hate when people, they want to tell me how they're this for animals and what I'm doing isn't good because of all the things I just explained earlier about not letting them on the bed and creating structure and rules and corrections and the right training tools that never once hurts dogs if you use them properly. But I have to catch shit about that, or I'm in public and someone gives a look. Yeah, like, again, like, that's fine, but those are the people who probably do very little for dogs, and at the very least, whatever it is, they definitely have very ill-behaved dogs and probably miserable dogs that don't get a fulfilling life. And again, you want to question that, go look at my dogs, look at the videos, look at my dogs. Happy, all the training I do backed up in my own personal dogs, they're all happy, content, balanced. And when I live with them, you can come over and visit. They're pretty relaxed, chill dogs. They're not like all over the place. They just chill. They're happy with the life. They know I'm going to initiate what they need next, whenever that might be. And not that they're like dead logs, or, you know, they're interested in life. They see when I open the refrigerator, but they know not to get in my space. They get happy when I come home, but they don't go out of their mind like I've never been gone before and jumping and all that stuff where it leads to issues. My dogs can be off leash where it's appropriate because I took the time with the long leash for 6 months. Whenever I do recall with people, I show them the videos of my dogs. I'm like, well, how'd you do it? Your dogs are so smart. I'm like, they're just dogs. One of them's a little Yorkie. On paper, that's the most untrainable little thing ever. And I look at what she can do. And I didn't start with her as a puppy. If I had her as a puppy, she'd be, I almost want to get another Yorkie. I think they're so cute now. I used to not really love them, but I think they're great having one for 10 years. But yeah, I again, like, I'm not trying to like show off. I'm just saying I practice what I preach. I live by my examples. I would expect my clients all to do the same, and it's like a lot of people, I'm telling them over and over, and their dog doesn't even hold a sit at their side. That was the video I did earlier with Sue, my Rottweiler. He's going to be 2 in a couple months. He's I gotta remember, I think it's April 12th or April 20th. I think it's the 12th, but it's around my birthday. I think he's an Aries like me, because I'm April 16th. That's when I turned 51. Yeah, I'll start my first semester of, well, technically vet school, but it's just finishing my master's for 2 semesters, and then I go to vet school for, it's about 3.5, 4 years, but all in all, I'll be done in about 4 to 5 years, unless I go into like a specialty. Like, I'm too old, I don't know. I'll see where I'm at, I'll see what I enjoy. Anyway, yeah, so Nothing I do is to show off or brag. It's to just lead by example. If I'm telling people do this, do that, I got to show with my dogs. I bring my dogs to classes, and they're not perfect. I show where they're not listening. Minnie last week in class, I had my little niece there, and it's really cute. She loves my dogs, and she's a dog girl. They're actually getting a puppy soon. I'm excited for that. We'll show the process, filming and training the little poodle. They're getting a poodle, a little mini poodle. But yeah, she loves dogs. Her birthday party was, she wears dog clothes all the time. She's cute, and she loves my dog, so I bring them over all the time, and she helps with them. I'm teaching her how to train. She watches me train them, and she came to the class last Saturday, and we used Minnie as her dog and walked. But Minnie was not used to being handled by her like that, and Minnie hasn't been to a group class in like 7-8 years. It's just, I bring Sue. I don't want to deal. She's old, but we brought her, and I had to focus on the class, so Minnie started panicking and and I was explaining, like, yeah, my dog's not going to just like perfectly apply to a situation she's never experienced, which she's been in classes, and she was fine when I was handling her. But then when my niece started walking and knew that I was not there to like assist, because usually when my niece is handling the dogs outside, I'll kind of segue her with the walk. I'll reach over and help the leash or coach her so she's really focused and giving treats in the right time. And I couldn't do that because I had to focus on my clients and their dogs. And I had Sue with me also. So, yeah, so it was a struggle in Minnie. They got in line, but it took a little while, and I had to correct Minnie. Little Minnie at 10, poor little Minnie. We had to correct her. Like, enough of this. She was getting frustrated, biting the leash and stuff. So I'm just saying, my dogs aren't perfect, but they've got life skills, and I live the life, and they definitely can like listen, and they're happy as far as like everyday life doesn't affect them like so many dogs I see do, where they can't handle existing. They can't handle assessing an owner leaving the room, and everyone is so afraid of pushing it. Everyone's in such a mindset, especially in Los Angeles, I hate to say, they want a safe space. They don't want the dog to go through stress, or they don't want to be inconvenienced, or they don't want to hear this, or they don't want to deal with that, or they don't want the dogs to not be on the bed. I hear it over and over. And again, I understand where it comes from, but how much I can't accommodate it. And I do get like on people a little more than ever. I'm like, I just don't. I'd rather work with the owners of this dog I'm going to, where I know they're following the rules. And it takes a couple lessons. I know you're not going to buy it. I would hope that after the first lesson, if you work with me, do I not send you a shitload of text? Like, it's annoying. I know how I'm perceived, but like, I send you all these texts, these videos, cheat sheets, all these things that just reiterate many times, all these social media posts, everything, so you see it. So, and then I remind you, if you have questions, I tell you it's the same spiel, and it still doesn't get applied. Or the mind's eye thing just keeps blocking you from seeing what the dogs need, versus, you know, how we're acting to contribute to the problems that made you have to get training in the first place. Anyway, but so that's that. Then I've got some tutoring. back to my schedule from like 9 minutes ago. Got some tutoring. Got a physics and a chemistry tutor online, of course. So that I'm going to do some studying in between, and then I have my Zoom tonight. So I think it's like 6:30 or 7. I'll have to check. So yeah, so that's that. Then I'm going to do my late night walk with the dogs. Probably run, play with Sue, do some fetch or flirt pole. Yeah, just I gotta study. I gotta keep, even though the semester starts now, it's about 2.5 months, the beginning of May. I keep saying 3 months, but it's like May 6th or something, so it's basically 2.5 months. It is 2.5 months. I have to keep getting in there. Some of it is like just what I'm going to be doing in the course, but I'm going to be busy. You'll miss. I just got to get on it. I got to get not even caught up. I learned most of this. It's there. That's the cool phenomenon I'm experiencing too, is things from years ago, more complicated things, that if it's like the cloud, and like your computer accesses it when you need the information, and somehow that's why I'm doing a lot of these videos where the information just kind of on like 1.5 speed, just very detailed, but comes at you taut, good, you know, visuals. I'm driving, so not easy to get that, but it does kind of unlock some of this stuff, at least for like, again, the review, where I'm at that at least for a couple months, catching up to things that I've learned, or you know, physics, maybe I didn't learn the amount of things I should have. Pre-calculus I did, but I was terrible at it, so those things just catch. And then again, when class starts, it's got to be a schedule plan. I have to have very, very disciplined study habits, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to try to do study with me videos. I've seen there's a lot of medical students that they do that, where like they'll put the camera on. I have to figure out, that's why I need help. I need help with this stuff. Someone to like walk me through it. Someone to do, like, I'll film it, and then you can take it and edit it and upload it and optimize it. That's really what I need help. I can talk. Look, I can sit here by myself in traffic. I'm just in traffic, killing time, talking to you, like, but it's just my phone, right? I can talk, figure out. I have ADHD, man. I can go on and on about any subject that's within my wheelhouse of special interest and familiarity and experience. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to annoy you because that could be. I know I'm perceived. I see people's eyes roll back. I've had many a person fall asleep while I'm talking to them, and it's not like I'm going slow and boring. It's just like so much information, and I talk fast, right? I get really excited, and I'm from New York, so there's like a speed to that too, and a way we kind of talk and abbreviate, kind of like just get to the point. They just are filtering out at that point, or they just got overloaded and their tank is full. It's just my style. My intentions are not wrong or bad or they're fulfilling as far as I do my job and I feel good about it. But like, I'm not like trying to like a politician's trying to get power, or a salesman's trying to get your money. Just trying to help you. You got to get paid for it, but I'm confident in my experience, but I can't deviate because it does work, right? These owners who don't act that way to me, they don't glaze over when I'm talking to them. They don't get defensive. They don't try to, every time I tell them what their dog needs in a constructively critical way, they want to tell me, but my dog's a good dog. But it's like, we're not here to deflect and confirm and justify, whatever the word, we're here to qualify. We're here to just do the work. This house has a broken foundation. Good. Pull it up, lift it, fix it, repair it, do it well, rebuild it, do it good. We're done. It's so hard with an animal we live with, but if you can possess that kind of non-emotional mindset. Anyway, I'm going on and on. This is going to be a podcast for sure. I think I'm going to start a new podcast related to this journey here as a vet student. I'm going to call it, revitalized. Somehow it doesn't roll off the tongue yet, but I like it. It's cute. I'm sure you know what it means. Revitalize. I'm revitalizing my life, my devotion to helping animals, and I'm revitalizing myself. I was going through a lot of. I love dogs. I love training, but this, as you hear me talking about, the people end of the leash could be very challenging for me at times. It was just getting to something that I don't want to say I mastered it, but I understand every level of dynamic, and my brain was looking for more things to fill, and I was desperately looking for others. So if you remember, about a year and a half ago, I was trying to get I was trying to get a real estate license up when I was living in Alaska more full time, because I do love real estate, but it's like that's not fulfilling. That's not going to be dog related. So I said, I'll be a real estate person specialized in pet because I have to train. Come on. Just fucking do it, Brett. And I did. So again, it's just stroke of luck that I'm making, that this opportunity is here, and I'm gonna not disappoint. That's why also, last word, support me, share, tell me from words of encouragement to similar situations so I can hear others' experience and learn and have some comfort in that. Of course, financially, please hire me for Zoom training, especially when I'm down there in vet school as a struggling student trying to pay my way. It's not cheap where I'm going to be going. Just even I'll have online courses, other things that I can offer to help you with your dog. Please sign up for that, and I will give you much more value than you ever expected. My Patreon page, I also have different tiers where you can get different types of access to me and content that I would just exclusively for that. I tried it years ago. I feel very awkward. GoFundMe things. I just feel awkward. But if I can be of value in return, then I'm happy to ask for your help. Again, anyway, if you're someone, biggest help I need now is someone who can help me film me, take existing content, clean up all my social media, see what's going on here with my SEO and all that, or just separate people, one person for the web type stuff and the other person for just video editing and maybe social media, or just, anyone who sees the value and believes in me and what I'm trying to do, please, let's work together. I really just want someone who's not going to just phone this in. I can't. This is too much of my soul I've given, and I'm so happy to do it. I just need someone who lives that life in their realm as well. Okay, thank you. And we're going to start probably the Revitalize podcast very shortly. Have a great day.